Hey guys, and welcome to the Working Money Channel. All right, we got XRP Bart here saying, holy crap. Did you guys see this? U.S. national debt is now over $37 trillion. I got the U.S. debt clock up here. I showed the U.S. debt clock actually in a recent video I did, which I will link up here if you guys didn't catch it. Take a look at that. U.S. debt now at 37 trillion and 100 million. Is that 100 billion? It's $100 billion there. Wow. It really is no wonder that we are seeing a transformation in the financial sector. And, the big players like DTCC, they are already on top of it. Guys, Michael Branch posting this. Now, Chad Steingraber, he posted his prediction about DTCC. Influential figures in the XRP community are seeing a potential path for XRP within the DTCC's $100 trillion infrastructure. So for context, the Depository Trust and Clearing Corporation officially surpassed $100 trillion in assets under custody on Wednesday, June the 18th, setting a new record. This figure reflects strong growth across asset classes from 2020 to 2025, including a 49% rise in equities and a 2x in ETF holdings to $11 trillion. DTCC Central Securities Depository, DTC, plays a critical role in U.S. capital markets by safeguarding securities, processing transactions, and supporting asset servicing for over 1.44 million securities across 170 countries. Well, of course, the XRP community is interested in this because of Ripple's acquisition of Hidden Road and the ties of the XRPL to the DTCC ecosystem. While DTCC celebrates record-breaking figures, Ripple is quietly positioning itself within the infrastructure. In an ex-post, prominent XRP community voice Chad Steingraber remarked that the XRP ledger is coming for DTCC's $100 trillion fund. Now, I recently did do a couple of videos actually about DTCC. It was revealed that one of their devs, Doney, I forget his first name, last name was Doney, D-O-N-E-Y, is co-owner, I believe, of, or I guess a representative of the DTCC organization, but he is on a patent that does include the XRP ledger. Even years before that, we did hear that the XRPL was going to be running DTCC. With XRP acting as the native bridge asset on the XRPL's built-in decentralized exchange, every settlement on the ledger generates demand for XRP. This positions the utility token within financial flows, especially as more volume routes through the XRP ledger. Not to mention, guys, think of all the utility we're going to see with the RLUSD also being positioned on the XRP ledger. So, I mean, it is reasonable to think all this utility, all this demand is going to go through the XRP ledger. Even if it's not 100% of it, it could be, and I don't think, any one of these companies is going to rely on one piece of technology and one piece of technology only. I do think that, a lot of these companies, the bigger organizations like Swift, DTCC, they are likely going to rely on several different blockchains. The one thing we know for sure, though, is that all these blockchains are interoperable, and that is really what's going to get the ecosystem up and rolling. Eventually, though, over time, we're going to see the utility flow into the coins that really solve problems. And, I've said it once before, I'm going to say it again. The top 10 cryptocurrencies, I think, are going to be the most... how to put it? Okay, so there are thousands of cryptocurrencies, actually millions, apparently, of cryptocurrencies in the ecosystem, if you look up there, and 99% of them are just going to pretty much disappear. If you have 1% of cryptocurrencies that exist, that last, those are going to be the cryptocurrencies that take up the entire pie. So the top 10, top 20, top 50, top 100, whatever it ends up being, guys, that is going to make up the cryptocurrency ecosystem. So be sure you are investing in the right coins. Again, for more information on where I think the market's going to go and, keeping my thumb on the pulse day to day, minute by minute, follow me, patreon.com/workingmoneychannel. We're also getting new updates like this. Elon Musks X is to offer investments in trading very, very soon. So Elon Musk has gone on the record saying, he wants to make X the everything app, okay? And it says that here. He wants to turn the social media platform into the everything app. The platform, formerly known as Twitter, will soon allow users to make investments and other trades. Here's a quote. Soon you're going to be able to live your whole financial life on the platform. This coming from Linda Yaccarino. She's the CEO. That's what she said in a panel appearance, listing P2P payments, storing value, paying creators, watching pay-per-view. As some examples there, X partnered with Visa to develop X Money earlier this year as a digital wallet and P2P payment service. This forms part of Elon Musk's ambition to turn X into the super app akin to Chinese WeChat. Elon Musk has become closely associated with cryptocurrency over a number of years due to his fondness for the meme coin Dogecoin. As you guys probably remember, as such, crypto observers think that it is likely that any plans Musk has for X to provide financial services will involve cryptocurrency at some time. So we don't have any more details on that, although, this is happening behind the scenes. I'm sure Elon Musk, he is a man of his word in a lot of ways. I get the sense that, he really does have his thumb on the pulse of, not just the market, but what's happening with the economy. And he's been saying this now for a few years. So I'm really excited to see what happens with that. Going to keep moving along, guys, because Uphold did just announce that they are bringing USDC on the XRP ledger. So we did hear about this a few weeks ago. But now, guys, I guess it is now finally official. The XRP ledger is designed to connect financial institutions, payment providers, and individuals, enabling fast and low-cost cross-border crypto transactions. Here is the press release. It's the first time a USDC wallet has now been integrated into an ecosystem on the XRP ledger, which means people can send and receive USDC directly in and out of the XRP ledger wallets. It links one of the top stablecoins with one of the fastest and most efficient blockchain networks. Introduced by Circle and now fully supported and fully reserved by US dollars, USDC has evolved into an accessible stablecoin for payments, trading, and DeFi. Operating on the XRP ledger also confers the speed and scalability required to access even more users globally. So that is, I guess, another part of this, trying to make sure it is widely available to the general public. New regulation strengthens trust in USDC as well. So we did recently just get the Genius Act. As you guys probably did hear about, on June the 18th, American legislators introduced the Genius Act, which was designed to establish a federal framework for regulating fiat-backed stablecoins like the USDC. But really, guys, it's about the institutional maturity. We're seeing the market mature, and these companies are realizing it. This is why they're offering these types of solutions for their networks. Businesses receiving that guidance will now have a clearer direction on complying with U.S. law and financial best practices when using stablecoins. As the regulation progresses, those stablecoins like USDC will evolve from tools for crypto traders to trusted components of the global financial infrastructure for payments, fintech, payroll, and treasury operations. So, now they're seeing stable coins like USDC and I guess some other stable coins as just tools for making trades in and out of certain cryptocurrencies. But guys, that is all changing. And, Uphold, they're the one I think that put out this press release initially. And they are seeing the future. This is why they're jumping on board. This is why they're partnering up with the XRP ledger. So some great news there. Also wanted to mention this, guys. Apparently, Ripple is urging UK policymakers to accelerate crypto regulation, courtesy of Michael Branch. Ripple is urging US policymakers to accelerate crypto regulation, laying out a 4-point strategy designed to turn the country into a hub for digital asset innovation. The proposal, released during the London Policy Summit, signals a growing urgency within the industry to see the UK regulations take a leading role in shaping the future of global finance. Ripple has long been working with regulators. Unlike many crypto firms just starting, it has actively collaborated with policymakers in regions like Singapore, Dubai, and the EU, where clear crypto rules already do exist. So this is at Ripple's UK Policy Summit earlier this year. One message was clear: it is time to act now. And that was the official announcement here from Ripple's Twitter X account. Recommendations for UK policymakers: build a growth-driven framework, lead on global standards, advance stablecoin adoption, tackle tokenization. Apparently there's more here. What else did they say? Or tackle tokenization barriers. Okay, I guess that is it. So the time to act is now. Policy momentum is building. Ripple XRP has released a report on how the UK can better adopt and integrate crypto assets. Opportunity for the UK is huge. Enhance financial inclusion and solidify the UK's position as a competitive global financial center. So to be honest, I thought the UK was already leaps and bounds ahead, but I guess not. I don't know if they fall under the MiCA regulations or the MiCA regulations as does the EU. I guess not. I guess they're building their own framework because it says here, Ripple, familiar with such systems, is now helping the UK build its framework without having to start from zero. And they do note the MiCA regulations here. So that is interesting. So they have their 4-point strategy pointing at the UK, saying, look, this is, the next step for you guys to get on board with crypto regulations. Maybe they should start giving out licenses to companies like Airwalklex, because Airwalklex apparently did just receive an asset management license in Hong Kong. So Airwalklex, of course, one of those old school Ripple partners. They're a leading global financial platform for modern businesses, and they just received a license in Hong Kong, okay? Airwalklex is empowering businesses to earn competitive returns to up to 3.97%, one on their multi-currency balances with no minimum lockup period required. And here's a quote, guys. We're excited to announce the full launch of Airwalklex Yield to businesses in Hong Kong. We've seen growing demand for businesses looking for more effective ways to maximize the value of their capital. In today's dynamic environment, businesses are actively seeking ways to make their capital work harder. And by integrating Yield into the Airwalklex platform, businesses can now streamline their financial operations by managing their working capital and surplus funds in one place. This strengthens Airwalklex's end-to-end business account value proposition from payments and treasury to investment to enabling companies to operate more efficiently while earning returns on idle funds. So Airwalklex, guys, getting into the yield game, moving beyond cross-border payments. You know, that was the first thing they did, leveraging RippleNet, and now they're in a bit of a different. I guess they're branching off, getting into a different vertical there to support their business model. Opportunity to generate returns from leading money market instruments. Yields strategy is to focus on high quality, short duration investments, earn on multiple currencies. So they're incorporating multiple currencies here. No lockup periods. This flexibility means businesses can consolidate more of their working capital within Airwalklex and benefit from the ease of accessing high liquidity returns directly from their business account. So boom goes the dynamite. There you guys have it. Airwalklex continuing to improve, accessing new markets, and continuing to succeed in this industry. So the Stablecoin Bill getting the green light, that is a big step forward, guys. This courtesy of Chad Steingraber. The Stablecoin Bill is the green light to every institution in the United States that they can now officially offer and publicly engage in crypto services. Digital Asset Investor posted this clip of Mike Novogratz. All the money is coming. Mike Novogratz tends to agree here. He has created a firm based around crypto assets. And, now that the regulation is here, guys, this is where the big money is coming in.
We still want to ask you about crypto. We want to make sure we're getting your thoughts there, because if you joined us just a couple of hours ago, we would have asked you about the Stablecoin Bill and what that actually means for the future of finance. You have, of course, companies tied to it, particularly Circle, just flying since its IPO. You run an investment bank. I'm sure you have thoughts about how that should have been priced ultimately. And you have companies like JP Morgan saying that they're going to get in a bigger way. Amazon, Walmart. Do you think something fundamental is going to change about the financial system now that that bill has crossed the Senate?
Listen, we set up Galaxy 2017 with the idea that institutions would finally come to the market, and they're here. And it's a really exciting time. We're going to get the Stablecoin Bill and then hopefully a market structure bill. And it's going to bring in TradeFi into this technology. We're going to see tokenized equities. We're going to see perpetual futures, which is a crypto idea being brought into the US, both for crypto and for non-crypto. It's a different way of looking at derivatives. And so I think, like what I'm thinking from our firm's perspective is we're going to partner with people, we're going to have white label solutions for people, and we're going to have our own solutions for our customers. That every crypto company is now thinking, how do we go to this next chapter?
That is what it's all about, moving to the next chapter, making sure that all the money comes in and that it's very easy for all the money to come in, guys. That's the other thing. So how does that money come in? Well, apparently Ripple partner ACI, which by the way is a big partner, they said this about Fedwire, okay? At first I thought they were saying this about themselves, but no, Fedwire, the central bank's instant payment service, is being piloted through 2022 and will eventually enable P2P, B2B, B2C, C2B, and G2C payments. So the full launch was slated for 2023. I know that deadline did get pushed. But they said this, okay, given the size of the population and the national economy, it could easily grow to become one of the largest payment clearing system services in the world, settlement systems in the world, not just in the United States, guys, in the world. Now remember, ACI and SWIFT, okay? ACI supports around 9% of global SWIFT traffic and approximately 30% in the US. Down here, they say they're going to be using payment systems to support SWIFT FIN, GPI, DLT, example Ripple, wire, and immediate payments. Brad Garlinghouse has already commented that Ripple conservatively, and I mean, it was a very specific number. He was saying Ripple would take 14% of Swift's business in the next 5 years. If you guys didn't catch the video I did on that, I will link it up here in the top right-hand corner. So This is where we're at, guys. And, institutions are now putting out price prediction models. $4,300 per XRP seems a bit lofty, but you guys remember the Mitchnick-Athey calculator? I want to play this clip of Sal Gilberti, okay? He's the Teucrium founder. He's super bullish on XRP, and they just recently filed for an XRP ETF. Well, here's what he says about that particular price model. Listen to this.
Robbie Mitchnick model.
Mitchnick model. Mm-hmm. That says $4,300 XRP. So that's pretty happy.
Oh, Sal.
But, any good businessman cuts it in half again, and then maybe thinks about it. And there are a lot of assumptions in that model. There are other models that say $5. So, take your pick in between. I think it'll take time. I think the industry still needs to mature. The XRP overhang, which is substantial, needs to be utilized, and that's going to take a while for the real price explosion that people expect.
I want to just draw your attention to what he said earlier on in this clip. Take that price, cut it in half, and cut it in half again.
That says $4,300 XRP. So that's pretty happy.
Oh, Sal.
But, any good businessman cuts it in half again, and then maybe thinks about it.
So cut it in half. I got to. Cut it in half again. 4,300, let's say, divided by 2. And then we take 2,150, divide that by 2, and then we think about that. So what Sal Gilberti is saying here is that any good businessman would do this. Think about this price model. Think about where we're going in terms of utility. Think about how high the U.S. debt is, for example, and the fact that U.S. debt can be tokenized on the XRP ledger. Think about Elon Musk making the X app, the app for everything. USDC now being implemented on the XRP ledger, guys. All the partnerships that we've been seeing over the years. Ripple wanting to educate entire countries to get their crypto regs in place. Do you think $1,075 is realistic? Put it down in the comments. I think if we do see real world utility, we could in fact get there. That's just my opinion. And for more opinions on where I think the market's going to go, you can follow me at patreon.com/workingmoneychannel. And if you guys are looking to support the channel in a different way, I do also have the Working Money Channel merch store. Link is in the description of the video. But that's just my opinion. I want to hear what you guys think. Please subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. Like the video if you like the content I'm providing. I always love hearing your comments. See you in the next one, guys.